Hello, this is BreakoutBoy from howtotradebreakouts.com, and I'm just having a little look at IG Index today. I'm going to discuss how to trade breakouts using their fantastic platform. First of all, once you're logged in, you're going to see something like this. You've got all your list of markets up here. You can find more on this side through this window, through the Finder window. But really, I trade very simply, looking for patterns that have been established, and then when they break, I get involved. So it's a lot of sitting on your hands and waiting, but it does give you a chance of getting onside very quickly, and then able to take some profit. So I've opened up this window. It's the Euro Pound, and as you can see at the bottom here, you've got sort of a low resolution version of the market showing a year back, all the highs and lows, and we can kind of, I've selected a 4-hour period, but you can change that. Let's go to the daily one, and as you can see, you stretch this cursor or this little margin thing at the bottom out, and it will then show you a high resolution version of the market at the top. So like I say, I'm looking for trends that are established, and then when they break, I'm going to get involved quite quickly. So for an example, let's have a little look. Looking on the daily chart, I'm going to do some drawing on it with a trend line, and you can see from here to here the market's repeatedly bounced off the line, and as it's broken through, suddenly you get a sharp rise in price. So the fantastic thing about this method is that you don't have to predict when it's going to happen. You just wait for the price to change through that line, you buy the market, and off it goes. There's plenty of other examples here, as I'll point out to you, when these trends do go. Look, you can see it bouncing off this line repeatedly, broken through, and then we've got it, it's coming down like that. Look at this one. Let's select trend again. And the wonderful thing about this is it works on every time scale, because it's a fundamental part of the market. You get established trends, people start trading those trends because they get used to it, and then when it breaks, they panic. Look, not so much of a panic here, but once it's got above this price, or 8200, boom, off it goes. You know, I could keep doing this all day. Look at this. What have we got? You've got a trend line here. It's broken through, an opportunity to get some money out of it there, but you probably end up scratching or losing some cash. Go back even further by stretching the cursor out down here. Look, there we go. You can see bouncing off this line. It's broken through and down it comes. Great example here. You've got a trend established, then what's called a flag. A lot of pressure building up here in the market. It's broken through and off it comes. Right. So now I've made a mess of this chart. Let's get a little bit closer in and have a look at what's going on at the moment. We can see that we've broken through here. We've got a nice strong trend up, and who knows how far it's going to go. But we're going to have a look. We're going to zoom in closer and closer and look at current little trend that's going on. It's very steep rise, which can often mean it's going to keep moving quite steeply for a while now. But as you can see, since December, it's been bouncing off another trend line. So let's have a little look. Put the trend line in. It starts there, bounce, bounce, bounce. And today it's bounced off there again. We're going to go a bit closer. Now we're still looking on the daily chart. So if we change to something like an hourly chart, remember to stretch out your model down here. You can see, we'll delete this old red line that's come from somewhere else. Bouncing off here, and going up again. The more it bounces off this line, the greater confidence you can have trading that break when it finally does go. But let's for now assume that we're confident that it's going to, once it breaks, it's going to go. I'll probably wait for one more bounce up here somewhere. But we know that the market has bottomed out. Let's do a drawing, horizontal line, at this price. Hang on. At 7762. So let's give it till 7752 to say that we're pretty confident it's broken. So what we can do is use stop orders, which usually are used to stop out your trade when it goes wrong. You can actually use that to enter the market as a sort of initial trade. So we're going to go look at 7752 is going to be our when the stop order gets initiated, and that will make us short of the market. Now we have to figure out where we're going to put our limit order. Probably maybe a good rule of thumb is to put it halfway through the trend. I mean, you could expect it to come all the way down eventually over a couple of months, but let's put it 7, yeah, say 7450 and 7750. So there's 300 ticks you're going to make there. So we've got the euro pound. We're going to find it on our thing here. You can also start your trade by clicking on the chart. But let's look at here. Euro pound. Click this little show more menu. Let's open a deal ticket, and we're going to go orders to open. So we're going to sell and you select here the order level. So what did we said? We said 7750. Size 1. We're going to do a stop order. Currency in pounds. Good till we cancel it. You can select a date and time to cancel it. But like we said, we're working off price, not time. Worth checking every day, really. As this moves on, the price you want to get in is going to go higher. So keep checking to see that you've got the stop in the right place. And then close conditions. So let's say if we were to sell here, maybe if it got up to halfway, it would be a good idea to stop it if it went back into the range. So let's say 7850. So that's 100 points away. And this is a long-term trade, so likely we're going to leave it on overnight. So let's put a guaranteed stop in, which means that when it does stop out, you will definitely get that price. If the market's closed, you're still going to get the price that you want. And the limit is we're going to put in 300 ticks away. So there you go, 7748 is close enough. Right, and then if we click submit, we've got a thing here saying confirm. It's got all the details of what we've entered, and as you can see, it shows up very nicely on this chart here. That's when we're going to get the order filled, when it hits 7750. We've got our target price here of 7748, 300 ticks away, and we've got a stop of 100 ticks away. That means that you stand a really good chance of making plenty of money to having a small amount of risk. It's going to take a while, but this is how the markets work. It builds up pressure, builds up patterns. When it collapses, everyone panics and gets out. And the further it goes, the more likely it is to go. You can already see it's traded down here. Not 6 weeks ago, so it's not unlikely that it will get down there again. And then you can check your orders. Let's move this out of the way. If we look at working orders, we've got euro pound -1. It's working it. It's not filled yet. That would appear in the open positions. There's a stop, which means it's going to sell once it gets to that price. If you had it as a fill order, it would be a buy when it gets to that price. That's the price it's going to go, and our limit order to get out would be 300 ticks away. Good till cancel. That's the latest price at the moment, and you've got an order ID. So I'll check back with you, see if that gets filled. But essentially, that's how I trade breakouts. It's a fantastic way to get it automated, and it means that you can be away from your desk, still get your fills. You can follow the trade on your app on your phone. So if you're panicking, the good thing about these sort of things as well is, although they're long term, if news does come out and your market is trending, hopefully that news will confirm that trend and push it further. And if you really are on a trend, no matter what news comes out, it's not going to break that trend for very long. So long term, bigger stops, it's going to stop you being spooked out. Get away from the market so that you're not concerned about all the noise and getting spooked out. And then visit my website. It's howtotradebreakouts.com for more tips and advice. I'm on Twitter at BreakoutBoy, at tradebreakouts. Sorry, it's BreakoutBoy is my handle. And if you've got any advice for me, any tips, if you've got any comments, please leave them in the feed below. And good luck with your trading.